In this video, you're going to discover whether Cash App Tax is actually worth using for 2025 tax filing. I spent weeks testing this completely free tax software, comparing it to major competitors like TurboTax and H&R Block, and I'm going to give you the honest truth about what works, what doesn't, and whether you should trust your tax return to a service that costs absolutely nothing. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, Cash App Tax is genuinely 100% free, not free with hidden fees, not free with freemium upsells, but actually free for both federal and state returns regardless of your tax complexity. In an industry where competitors charge $60 to $200 or more for similar services, this immediately makes Cash App Tax worth considering. But free doesn't always mean good, so let's dig deeper. Cash App Tax was formerly known as Credit Karma Tax before Block Inc., the company behind Cash App, required it. This means you're getting tax software that's been refined over several years, not some hastily thrown together product. The platform supports most major federal tax forms and situations, including self employment income, side gigs, and rental properties, and investment gains and losses. Here's what you need to know about the user experience. The interface is clean and straightforward, designed for people who want to get their taxes done without unnecessary complexity. If you've used other online tax software before, you'll feel right at home. The platform walks you through each section systematically, asking plain English questions rather than throwing tax jargon at you. One of Cash App Tax standout features is that it doesn't limit usage based on your income level. Unlike some competitors that restrict their free version to simple returns or low income filers, you can use Cash App Tax whether you make $30,000 or $300,000 annually. This is particularly valuable if you have a complex financial situation but don't want to pay premium prices for tax software. The platform includes free audit defense with every return, which is something you typically pay extra for with other services. If the IRS decides to audit your return, Cash App Tax provide professional representation at no additional cost. They also offer accuracy guarantees if their software makes a calculation error that results in penalties or interest. They'll reimburse you up to $1,000 on a Visa gift card. Now, let's talk about what forms and situation Cash App Tax supports. You can handle W 2 income, 1099 forms including freelance and gig work, unemployment benefits, social security income, retirement distributions, capital gains and losses, rental property income and expenses, business income and expenses for sole proprietors, student loan interest deductions, charitable contributions, and most itemized deductions. However, there are some notable limitations you need to be aware of. Cash App Tax doesn't support certain complex tax situations like foreign income reporting, multi state business operations, partnership or S corporation returns, and some specialized tax credits. If you fall into any of these categories, you'll need to look elsewhere for your tax preparation. The biggest weakness of Cash App Tax is customer support. While they offer a help center with articles and explanations, you're limited to email and chat support. There's no phone support, which can be frustrating if you're dealing with a complex issue that's difficult to explain in writing. The lack of detailed step by step guidance that other services provide means you need to be reasonably comfortable navigating tax concepts on your own. Let's compare Cash App Tax to the major competitors. TurboTax charges $60 for their deluxe version and $120 for Premier, both of which handle situations that Cash App Tax covers for free. H&R Block's online software ranges from $55 to $110 for similar functionality. Free Tax USA is another free federal option, but they charge $15 for state returns, while Cash App Tax includes state filing at no cost. The accuracy of Cash App Tax is solid. The software uses the same tax engines and calculations that power many professional tax preparation services. I tested it against manual calculations in other software platforms and found the results to be consistently accurate. The platform also imports data directly from major financial institutions, reducing the chance of input errors. For most people, Cash App Tax handles everything you need if you are a W 2 employee with some side income, have basic investments, own rental property, or run a simple business. The platform will serve you well. The import features work smoothly with major banks and investment firms, automatically pulling in your tax documents and pre-filing your return. One area where Cash App Tax excels is integration with the broader Cash App ecosystem. If you're already a Cash App user, you can use your refund deposited directly into your Cash App account for faster access. The platform also seamlessly handles Cash App income reporting, which is particularly relevant given that Cash App now issues 1099K forms for business accounts receiving more than $5,000 annually. The mobile experience deserves mention. While you can complete your entire return on your phone, the experience is much better on a desktop or tablet. Complex tax situations require reviewing multiple screens and documents simultaneously, which is challenging on a small screen. The mobile app works fine for simple returns or making quick edits, but don't plan on preparing a complex return entirely on your phone. Security is another strong point. Cash App Tax uses bank level encryption and security measures to protect your personal and financial information. Your data is stored securely and isn't shared with third parties for marketing purposes. Given the sensitive nature of tax information, this level of security is essential and reassuring. The platform speed is impressive. Once you've gathered your documents, you can typically complete a straightforward return in 30 to 60 minutes. More complex situations might take a few hours, but that's comparable to other tax software. The automatic import feature saves significant time if your financial institutions are supported. Here's who should definitely consider Cash App Tax. You're looking to save money on tax preparation, you have a moderately complex tax situation but don't need specialized forms, you're comfortable with basic tax concepts and don't need hand holding, you want the convenience of online filing with mobile access, and you prefer not to pay for features you might not use. You should probably look elsewhere if you need phone support for tax questions, you have complex business structures or foreign income, you prefer detailed guidance and educational content throughout the process, or you're comfortable with technology and prefer in person assistance. The bottom line is that Cash App Tax represents exceptional value for most taxpayers. The combination of truly free filing for both federal and state returns, support for most common tax situations, solid accuracy, and good security makes it a compelling choice. The main trade offs are limited customer support and fewer educational resources compared to premium competitors. For the vast majority of taxpayers, Cash App Tax provides everything needed to file accurately and efficiently without spending a dime. Unless you have truly complex tax needs or require extensive support, it's hard to justify paying for tax software when Cash App Tax delivers comparable results for free. The service isn't perfect, no tax software is, but it represents one of the best values in the tax preparation industry. If you're tired of paying high fees for basic tax filing services, Cash App Tax deserves serious consideration. Just make sure you're comfortable with the limitations around customer support and specialized tax situations before committing to the platform. My recommendation is to try Cash App Tax for your next tax return, especially if you've been paying for similar services elsewhere. The worst case scenario is that you discover it doesn't meet your needs and you can switch to a different service. The best case scenario is that you save hundreds of dollars annually while getting the same quality results you'd expect from premium tax software.